There's a million of those who won't let us be, but they're not gonna see me bleed. Cause baby, I got you. I've been beaten to the ground, dragged across the dirt. I've been scared to live cause some people never learn. But they're not gonna watch me burn. Cause baby, I got you. It's a new beginnings and a better life. It's the dancing underneath the disco lights. They can try but they can never take me down. Ooh, cause I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. They always bring all the lonely, but with you here nothing can scare me. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I will tell them what I'm feeling forevermore. I don't care about their feelings, not anymore. So let's show them that love is pure, no matter who it's for. It's a new beginnings and a better life. It's the dancing underneath the disco light. They can try but they can never take me down. Cause I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. They always bring all the lonely, but with you here nothing can scare me. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. Not afraid to love you. Not afraid to love you. I'm gonna go where my heart is. From now on, I'm being honest. I'm gonna show that I got this love. Cause I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. They always bring all the lonely, but with you here nothing can scare me. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. Not afraid to love you.
Bienvenido, amigos, and happy New Year. Wish you a what is it? Feliz Año Nuevo. Well, happy New Year to everybody, and it's great to see you guys again. I had a couple weeks off, unfortunately, because I had to take care of some things. It's a rough time during the holidays. Lots of things going on. Lots of work to be done. So I was tied up too with some family stuff because, of course, my daughter's off of school, so I like to spend time with her when she is, helping her with some of our activities and stuff. And it was great. So hopefully you guys are all having an excellent New Year. I can definitely tell you that I have yet bought a bottle of tequila this year, so that is a good thing that my wife appreciates. And actually, I haven't even drank any tequila yet this year. Have I? No, I haven't. New Year's Eve. Well, no, I haven't. I haven't even had a sip of tequila yet. So that'll probably change today. Actually, no, I'm sorry, I did. I did a review yesterday. So I did drink tequila yesterday. I drank that Suerte still strength. But that was the only thing, only tequila I've drank so far this year. So it's always fun to say that you haven't had anything all year or done anything all year because it's only 4 days into the year. So it's gonna be a good year, though. I have a feeling there's a lot of things going on in the tequila world I'll tell you guys about. But let's check in first and see what's going on with our subscribers. Rob Millfield. Let me see. Whoops, where'd he go? Where is he? Oh, it's not working. Hold on, let me sign it. No. What's going on? Hold on, let me see if I can get it working. Technical difficulties to start the year. It's always fun. All right, let's see what we got going on here. That's right here. It's not putting the right thing up though. So what's going on with that? There it is. Okay, we got to switch it. It switched to 4, so let's switch this to 2. Let's see, where is it? Triggered. Overlay 2. Let's do overlay 4. There we go. Okay. I think that's what we need to do. Let me see if this will fix it. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties, folks. You get this working here. All right, here. Okay, let's see if this works now. Mfield. Rob Mfield. Let me see. Does this work now? Yeah. Oh, nope. Gosh darn it. What's going on? All right. Well, I'm just going to read them off this thing until I can figure out what's going on. Let's see. It's not that. I don't know why it's doing this. Oh, there we go. 1. Okay, so let's go 1. And that should fix this. Let's see. Until I can get this thing fixed. Overlay 1. Okay. Let's see if that fixes it. Nope. Still not working. All right. I'll work on this later, but I'll just read them off of here. Hey, Rob Mfield, how are you? Glad you can make it. Jake Smith, bienvenido. Bienvenido to you too. Welcome. And feliz años nueve. Hola, hombre, and everybody. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Travis. Lions got hosed. I don't know. I don't think so. I just think they tried to play a little trick and it backfired on them, which is it happens. Hola, hombre. Hey, Joseph Ammer. Liam Majaro. Hola, hombre. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, Leo. Prospero año to you too. Igualmente, Ryan. Mark, are you still not liking Volans? Do you think its aging stave would fix what you don't like? Yes. I still don't like Volans, and I definitely think an aging stave is going to fix it. So I have mine aging. It's got 2 aging staves in it. Happy New Year, hombre, and all. Lambden, Happy New Year to you too. Or I am Den, sorry. Happy New Year to Beyond Barrel, Aging Staves. Great job snagging the Sammy interview. He really loves the process. He does, Sarah, and I thank you for saying that. It was a lot of fun interviewing Sammy, and I am just thrilled that he did that for me. I had so much fun doing that. So let me see if I can get these things fixed here so I can do this. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let's see. Bubble. Here we go. Let's see if this fixes it. Let me see. 1. Let's see if I can get this to show up now. Yes, there we go. It's working. Hey, El Mexico. Bienvenido. Welcome. Feliz Año Nuevo. Happy New Year. Glad you can make it. One of these has my thing on it. We'll get that, take that off. Okay. So we got the comments working, so I can bring those up on the screen now. There we go. All right, some things that are happening now. We have some big things happening for the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective. For those of you that are members, you probably already know about this stuff. If you're not a member, think about joining, because there's some really cool things that are going on inside it. It's a great community. For those of you that are like interested in the whole aging of tequilas with the Beyond Barrel stuff, We actually have a channel there that's just for home aging tequila. And Chris from Beyond Barrels is part of the group, and so he answers questions and stuff, and people post their experiments, their things that they do there. It's a really nice resource on home aging, and people ask questions and people answer it and stuff. So there's that there. There's all kinds of channels for different topics, Blancos, high proof Blancos, repos, lots of great information in there, resources for good restaurants and bars throughout the United States and where to go. I mean, all kinds of great things like that. And additionally, you as a member get priority on the special barrel buys and batches that we do for the collective. We have some really great stuff that's going to be happening this year, and I'll tell you about that in a second. But also, anytime there's allocated stuff, the members of the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective get priority on it. So, like when the Ocho Puntas came out, they got all the bottles of Ocho Puntas. They bought them all. So none of them went up for anybody else on Ferment and Still. I got them to allow me to issue those for all the members on the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective, and so they got access to that stuff. So you don't have to worry about trying to find some of the allocated stuff, because you'll get it as designated for the membership on the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective, and so they benefited from that. And then, like, all the things, 11 bricks, I mean, all the stuff that people are like, I want to find this, I can't find. When we get the allocation from it, when they get allocation from it from Ferment and Still, they allow me to give it to the members of the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective, and sometimes it doesn't even go live up on Ferment and Still, and all the members buy everything up. But on top of that, we also are doing some special barrel buys this year. I have 2 amazing barrels of San Matias Gran Reserva that's going to be 90 proof. Now, these I handpicked myself. They're so different from each other, but they're phenomenal. The flavor profiles on them are amazing. Really lots of cooked agave, but it's just an exceptional extra añejo, French oak extra añejo. It is going to be really good, and people are going to want these, but it's going to be just for the members unless they don't buy it all. And then eventually we may open it up to everybody on Ferment and Still. But chances are this is going to get bought out by the members of the collective. So if you want to get in on these things, join it's $10 a month. I mean, it's nothing. You get to be part of a community. You get to have access to all this information stuff. You get access to me, and you can post your thoughts on things. You post pictures, and it's a really fun community. And we don't let anybody get out of hand and get nasty on it and stuff. So we do welcome everybody, and everybody has a great time, and it's a really awesome resource. And then it also helps fund what I do, since I don't charge brands for the stuff that I do. But some of the other things that are coming down the pike, we're getting a El Gran Legado barrel, a Reposado. That one is going to be happening too. We're also getting something very special. I've established this relationship now with Santo Tequila when I did my review with Sammy. And because I liked their tequila for a while, I did the review on the Blanco and the Repo, and really recommended those as my favorite celebrity tequila, because I think they do a good job with that brand. And it is my relationship with him has gotten bigger and better, whereas I now have conversations in direct contact with the CEO of Santo Spirits. And they want to do something special for us. And that's one of the things that I like about what I do, right? I don't charge brands to do reviews. I don't ask them for money. They don't pay me. That way I can keep them unbiased and do honest reviews. And just so everything that I do is honest, because I don't owe anybody anything. They do sometimes send the bottles for review, which is fine. But they know that when they send them, I make it perfectly clear that they're getting an unbiased, honest review. So if I don't like it, there's a chance I could say I don't like it, and I don't think it's very good. But because of the fact that I give so much to these brands and stuff, the boutique brands, a lot of times they want to do things back in return. And so Santo was really appreciative of the fact that I interviewed and did such a great interview with Sammy. They really liked that. And they actually said they've been watching me for a while and really enjoy my content and like what I did. And that's why they reached out to see if I would be interested in working with them on things. And of course I said, yeah, because I enjoyed the brand. They had asked if we would be interested, because in the interview I talked to Sammy about doing single barrel, and he's like, yeah, we have some Rempo single barrels left from when we did it, and I'd love for you to have one. Well, the CEO goes, guess what? I goes, I could actually, we don't do these. We're not doing barrels for everybody anymore. We shut that program, stopped that program right now. But because we really enjoy what you did and want to give you something special, how would you like a single barrel añejo? We've never done that before. You'd be the first ones to have a single barrel añejo of Santo. And I said, absolutely. So we're going to get, for the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective, we're going to get the first single barrel añejo from Santo Fino Tequila. So they're going to get samples to me, and I'll do a selection on that. So that's going to be really good and really special. This is something you're not going to be able to get anyplace else. It's going to be exclusively for the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective. I also have we're going to do a single barrel of Yayo Reposado as well. I'll have the samples coming in for that here probably tomorrow. If it didn't go out, they're supposed to get them to me by today, but I haven't got any notice that it's been shipped. So I'll probably get them tomorrow. So I'll be doing a selection for our Yayo single barrel as well. So we got that coming in for the collective. And then I have another special Blanco that's going to be exclusively for the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective that we did with 1414 with Vivanco and Associates. It's a special edition of Viva Mexico. It's the Tequila Hombre Reserva edition. That one is phenomenal. I've shown you guys bottles of that before. This is a bottle of that. You can see it says, as for the clientele, it says T Hombre. So this is that edition here. I'll do another tasting and review of that once I know that it's on its way, so you guys can get notified of that. But it's really a really good Blanco, and it'll be exclusive to the collective to start. And if they buy it all, then it'll be done. So let me see what else we get. Hello, great job. Liked Sammy interview. Okay, good. You liked the Sammy interview too. Good. Awesome. I'm glad you liked it. Let's see what else. Ryan R says, got my Carrera 54. I haven't tried it yet. Okay, you got to try it. It's really good. It's my favorite. My favorite high proof still to date. Rob says he hadn't cracked his either. Oh, you guys are sitting on it, huh? Wow. El Mexico says, oh no, he already said that. The price of actual agave went down approximately 33% last year, so prices may go down this year. No, they won't. But good thinking. Wishful thinking. The Carrera 54 is fantastic, heavy in oil. I agree. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite. It's my favorite high proof Blanco right now. It's so. If you've ever tried cooked agave, it tastes so much like fresh cooked agave. It's ridiculous. And I've yet to find anything that compares to that yet. And I'm hoping somebody comes out with something that gives that a run for its money. But right now it's the best. And they came out with another batch 2, and I haven't tried it yet. But from what they were telling me originally, they couldn't get it to taste the same and as good as the first batch, the one that Ferment and Still has. So if you really like this one, we still have more in stock on Ferment and Still, so and once it's gone, it's gone. And I don't know what they're going to try to do with trying to recreate it again, but that batch that we have is special. And so I'm stocking up so I don't have to run out anytime soon. And I recommend, if you really like it, stock up too, because we're selling a ton of it. We've sold close to 900 bottles of it so far, and it's dwindling down. So but once we run out, for that batch, it's gone. So they have the batch 2 out, which I haven't heard anything yet from anybody that's tried the batch 2 yet. But I do have a place that's going to order some samples for their store, and then I'll go and do a side by side with them and see what we think. Mexico says, looking forward on the San Matias XA. It's going to be amazing. It's those both barrels were so good, so that's why we took both of them. Jake says, I opened mine the minute I got my bottle right out of the box and poured a glass. Oh, nice. Sounds like it's going to be a great year it's going to be an amazing year for the collective. Yes, absolutely. We're going to do some really cool things. And then I've got some other things that are in the works too, like a single barrel from El Tequileño. We're talking to them about that. A single barrel for G4, possibly. I'm talking to them about that. A single barrel for Primo. So I'm talking to them about that. We got a bunch of single barrel opportunities that are going to be coming up. So it's going to be an amazing year. So it's good to be a member, and it's cheap. It's $10 a month. It's nothing. Can I explain the collective? Yeah, the collective is a group of people that you're part of the community. You join. There's the Discord community, first of all, where we share information. People, it's like a community. It's like a Facebook group, but it's better in that people that are real connoisseurs, they don't get nasty like they do on Facebook. And there's lots of great resources on there. If you look on the channels on the left-hand side, all of them are different topics and stuff. So there's lots of great information there. But then in the collective, I do special selections, special barrel buys, and special batch buys and stuff like we did for the Carrera 54 Blanco, where we bring those in and it's exclusive to the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective membership. They get first shot at it. And if they buy it all, that's all. They're the only ones that get it. If they don't buy it all, and we give it enough time, and there's still some available, then eventually we'll open it up on Ferment and Still because we need to sell it, and let the general public get access to them. But if everyone buys it all, then it stays within the collective, and it'd be an exclusive for the collective since they get first shot at it. But then also when there's allocated stuff like Ocho Puntas and 11 bricks and stuff like that, where we get a certain amount of allocated bottles and stuff, the members on the collective are the first ones to get access to that. Typically, I'll switch them up too. If you're a member on the YouTube channel, we'll do some this year for the members on the YouTube channel as well. But most of them will be for the collective members, and so being a member of the community there definitely has its benefits. There's a lot of things that you can do. So you're waiting for your Stazel Jarrito. Oh, I like the Denver Liley Agave glass better than the Stazel Jarrito. I've had the Stazel Jarrito before, but I now use the Denver Liley Agave glass, which I think's way better. I know it's expensive, but it's well worth it. I know a lot of people that have converted from the Stazel Jarrito nosing glass to these instead. So if you want to try that, compare it with your Stazel when you get it, you'll notice the agave glasses are a lot better. Happy New Year to you too, Jermaine. Welcome, bienvenido. Welcome, glad you can make it. Is the Carrera 80 proof as good as other 80 proofs? It's my favorite 80 proof, so I would say it's better. Definitely a lot more agave flavor to it than it's basically the diluted version of the 54. So it's really good. So much agave notes to it. It's super delicious, and it's really easy to drink. It doesn't burn at all. Like the last few high proofs that I've done reviews on, that were hot. They burned. The 54 doesn't. It doesn't drink like a high proof, but it is, and you'll know it because you drink enough of it, and you'll get feeling really good. Or as Sammy Hagar said, you'll get high a lot faster. You got two of the Denver Liley Mezcal glasses. Great recommendation. Really like the glass for agave spirits. Yeah, absolutely. It's the best. And I've talked to other people. I gave a glass of it to, I gave one of those glasses to Alex Gonzalez, and he actually really likes it now too for his Tequila Malavida. But I was talking to, Sammy likes them too. Sammy, in the interview, we talked about him. I showed him the glass. He's like, yeah, those are the best glasses. So I do love the Carrera, but I'm stuck on the Luchador Repo. So good. Yeah, the Luchador Repo is an amazing reposado. Absolutely amazing. I love the Luchador Repo. It's one of my favorite repos. Absolutely. One of the top ones for sure. Hola, hombre. I'm loving the Carrera XA. Outstanding. Happy New Year. Oh, good. I'm glad you're loving that one. They had me fly out there and approve it before they released it. And I thought it was good. I just wish they would have kept the single barrel like we talked about, and kept it high proof, which we talked about too, but they made a mistake and diluted it down. And so so now it's and blended it, so now it's a blended. But this year they want me to come down in April, Mayish, and we're gonna do a double barrel extra añejo, and I think they're gonna allow me to do it. We're gonna do high proof on it. A special release. They want me to come down and select the barrel and do this. So this year for the collective, we could have a double barrel Carrera extra añejo. And if you haven't tried the regular extra añejo, it's really good. This one will definitely be a lot better. So I'm looking forward to working that out with them. And they said, we want you to come down this year and do that, since we totally forgot about doing a single barrel higher proof version of this extra añejo that's out now. There's only 3 barrels of the extra añejo that's out now, so there's not a whole lot of it, and the pricing on it is really good. I think it's like $132.99 or something like that, which is really good for an extra añejo these days. So something I definitely would recommend trying if you haven't tried that yet. Any update on the new stuff from David Ravandi? Nope. No updates. No updates. Sounds like a lot of great buys that are getting ready to happen. I can't wait. I didn't get to get the G4 Repo. Holiday got bad timing, but it's cool. Yeah, we'll get more of the G4 Repo. That wasn't anything that was exclusive to the collective or anything, but there's more coming in, so don't worry about it. There's plenty coming in. And of course, the collective members, Jermaine, you remember, collective members get access to it. I always post there first when stuff goes up, new stuff goes up, so you guys can get access to it at first. So somebody asked about the new stuff from David Ravandi. He's going to let me know when I can tell you guys about it. But until then, no. And that's something we'll discuss. I'll talk about on the Discord. That's for Discord members. That's not for public consumption right now. Did Sammy move on from Cabo Wabo? Never tried it. Don't like celebrity tequilas. Yeah, he moved on from Cabo Wabo. He sold it a while back, and he's now owns Santofino. So Santofino's very good. So I don't base tequilas on who owns them. It doesn't bother me who owns them. I'm more focused on who's making them and whether they're using the right processes. And Juan Eduardo Nunez at El Viejito does a very good job. He makes good tequila. And Santofino is a good tequila. So I will drink it, in whether Sammy owns it or Guy Fieri or anybody else owns it. I don't care. I will still drink it. It's good. And I will support the brand because they're doing it right and they're very passionate about what they do. And that's what matters. So, Leo, if you watch the interview with Sammy and I, you'll see the guy is probably more passionate about agave spirits and stuff than you or I are, or maybe equal to me. But, watch the interview. You'll see he's very passionate about making sure it's traditional, no additives, and everything's done right. And it was a really nice interview. I learned a lot about him and his passion and feeling for tequila. It was a lot of fun interviewing him. Hit the likes, people. Yes, hit the likes. Hey, Mark, I hope you had a great holidays. Thank you, the one. I hope you had a great holiday as well. You guys click the thumbs up and give me a like for sitting here talking with you guys, sharing this information. Should be easy to do. Doesn't cost anything. Just click that thumbs up there on YouTube. Okay, so somebody had said that because the agave prices are coming down, that we could probably see lower prices coming in. That is incorrect. You won't see lower prices. What you'll see is the distributors making more money, because the distributors are not going to lower prices on things. You may see some lower priced tequilas coming out. That could be, but the stuff on the stuff that's out there now, I doubt we're going to see the prices on them coming down at all, because this allows, when the prices of agave goes down, it allows the brands, it allows the producers, it allows the distributors, and it allows the retailers to make more money. So you're not gonna you're not going to see prices come down. They'll stay where they're at. You won't see them go up, maybe, because they're making good money on them now with the prices of agave coming down. But you're not gonna see lower prices. What you're gonna see though is some really special tequilas coming out, because what's happening now too is there's an abundance of agave. So everyone was thinking about the shortage and stuff. There's a lot of agave now. So what you're gonna see now is gonna be something really special, and I hope you guys are geared up for it, because there's going to be some really interesting things happening where you're going to see some tequilas coming out with a lot older agaves being used. Agaves that are 8 to 10 years old, that are getting close to hitting maturation. Because what happens when agaves are growing, see, everyone thinks that's that they're pulling 5 or 6 year old agave out, that they're mature. Well, they're mature in a sense, but what happens is when an agave hits its peak of its aging period and it's getting ready to do its thing, it'll start sprouting what's called the quiote out of the top of it. And what happens is it focuses all those sugars, all the starches and stuff into the root, and it starts getting those ready to create the quiote that goes up out of it. And so when that does that, it creates a lot higher bricks piñas, and so you're going to see a lot better tasting tequilas coming out, a lot richer, more agave flavors coming out, because these agaves are being allowed to hit their maturation time of between 8 and 10 years. So you're going to see some more of those being used for tequilas, which is going to allow us to have some really special, amazing tasting tequilas versus some of the stuff that's out now where you still get agave flavor and stuff, but it's not as rich and beautiful as it used to be when the agave they were using typically was between 8 and 10 years old. So instead of 5 or 6 years old. So you're going to see more tequilas coming out that are using these older agave, and you're going to see them jack the prices up on them. It's going to be more expensive, but they're going to be really special as far as the agave flavor and stuff goes. So look out for some of those coming this year. I've already got some notice from some people that they've got some in the works. So those are going to be really special Blancos that are coming out. So look forward, look for those to hit the shelves, or hear about those here soon, because agaves are going to be allowed to get older and older now because of there's so much of it. Let's see, where were we? Finally, you tried Lalo. It's very good. Yeah, it's good. The interview was real good. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the interview, Jermaine. Sammy has a great rock voice for those younger peeps in the chat. Yes, he does have a great rock voice, and he's done some great music. And he was the first. He's the OG tequila celebrity. He was the original. And Cabo Wabo was really good. And I showed these in the interview, and this was really good tequila. It was phenomenal. This version of it before he sold it, this bottle, and then the one too with the cartoonish lighthouse thing on it here. This one, really good tequila. If you can still find it, you can still find these on some shelf somewhere, dusty, all covered in dust and stuff. But if you can find these, grab them, because it's really good tequila. That's the old Cabo Wabo from when he owned it. But he sold it to Campari, and when he did that, they ruined it. It doesn't taste nearly as good anymore. He can't say that, but I can. I guess it's practically undrinkable now. It's bad. Campari did not do it any justice. Yummy. Yeah, absolutely yummy. Absolutely. With that being said, will that make the price go up on Tequila Mark? Yes. You'll see some, the ones using the special agave, you'll be charged, they'll be charging more for it. Those are good. Is that Cabo Wabo such a great name for tequila? It's literally, yeah, it literally does sound fun. It was a great name. He asked him if he regretted selling it. He kind of said, yeah, he did. He kind of wished he kept it, but they wouldn't sell it back to him. He tried to buy it back, so. So it should be good. Any aging project? Absolutely, yes. But I post my aging projects on the collective, on the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective stuff. So if you want to learn about those, join the collective and join the aging group. There's a whole bunch of people doing all kinds of different projects. Wasn't trying to discredit Sammy. I just haven't given Celebrity Tequila much appreciation because of some of the additives added. Well, that's not him though. So you can't base all celebrities on some celebrities. It's not fair. It's not fair because there's some celebrities that don't put additives and stuff in their tequila and do it natural. John Wolfe, who's a country singer, he is Juan Lobo, and his tequila, no additives in that. That's out of 1414. That's a good tequila. He's a semi-celebrity. He's not as big as Sammy Hagar is, but Santofino is an amazing tequila, done right by Juan Eduardo Nunez out of El Viejito. And it's beautiful. It's got a nice flavor profile, really enjoyable, and very reasonably priced. I haven't tried the Mezquila yet. I still need to do, they sent me the whole line to do a review. So you'll see me do a review and revisit the whole line again. But I'm going to do a separate review of the Mezquila by itself just because I haven't tried it yet. And it's something that's different. And it may be something good for people that want to explore Mezcal. So I'll make a determination of that when I try it and see what I think. But I'll do a review of the Mezquila here soon. So keep an eye out for that. I drank in the early 2000s at his place in Cabo. It's really good stuff, yeah. I love his little cantina in Cabo. It's a lot of fun. I've been there with my wife. We had lunch there because we have a timeshare not too far away from there. And we had a lot of fun. We sat there at lunch, had good tequila and talked and stuff. No one was playing. They normally have live bands and stuff at night. And sometimes if Sammy's in town, he'll come and play the club. But he wasn't there when we were there. So only by doing the blind taste challenge have my friends admitted there are better tequilas than their Patron, Don Julio, Centenario, etc. Oh, nice. Good job. Yeah, there's a lot better tequilas out there than a lot of that stuff. So, and then also with the new year, we're gonna do some more blind challenges where we're gonna bring members from the YouTube channel in to get samples and do different blinds like we did before. We're gonna start those back up again now that we're started the new year. So look forward to that. We'll get those on the schedule. Those are gonna be fun. What is it? Only by doing blind challenges have my friends admitted that. Okay. Got COVID over Christmas. I couldn't smell anything, so didn't do much tequila. My sister gave me a bottle of Terramana. I accepted graciously, but will probably give it away. Yeah, you know, when people give you gifts like that, accept it graciously. You know, they don't know. It was nice of them to give it to you, and if you want to use it, I mean, use it. It's fine. Just, you know, give it to people when they come over that aren't quite as in tune to agave spirits and stuff as you are, and just let them drink it, you know, or share it with people that won't appreciate the good stuff as much as you do, or use it for cocktails, or you can regift it. I mean, but you should be appreciative of it. It's the thought that counts, and for somebody to think of you enough to say, hey, I know he likes tequila, and to buy a bottle, it should mean a lot to you. So I would graciously accept it and say thank you, and just figure out what to do with it later. But it was the thought that counts, and you should be appreciative that somebody gave it to you. So all good now? Okay, good. We had some Cascanas number 7. It was good. Okay, good. Cascanas does okay. It's good. I mean, I haven't tried their newer stuff because they won't send it to me, but the old stuff was good. But I don't know why they won't send it to me. It's like, from what I understand, what I was told is that they're afraid that I'm going to tell people that I don't like it as much as the old stuff, and they don't want that to happen. So they're just sending it to people that they know will say great things about it, and having them talk about it, and people that they pay. So I don't know. That's just all. That's what I've heard. I don't know. I don't have any direct. No one's directly contacted me and said anything. All I did is that's all I know from what I've heard from people. So I don't know much about Cascanas anymore. They don't interact with me anymore. So I know there's a lot of other things that I'm involved with anyway. So does Ocho have a high proof Blanco or plans for one? They did the Puntas. That's their high proof. Their special release. But they do high proof for their barrel stuff, but I don't think they don't do any high proof for their Blancos, except for the Puntas, the Ocho Puntas. Appreciate your information, hombre. This is why I watch your honesty and advice on tequila. I have nothing but respect for the channel. Love my tequila collection based on your recommendation. Oh, thank you so much, Leo. I appreciate that. Yes, the Ocho Puntas. Exactly, Austin. That's their high proof. And it comes out once a year. And it's basically like the distiller's selection from a batch. So it's the best of the best of the batch, basically, when they do the Puntas offering. You guys don't forget to click the thumbs up. Give me a like for sitting here talking to you guys, sharing this information. Lots of good information that's coming out for you here. Let me see, what else can we talk about here? I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, wait. Yeah, you're welcome. You forgot. He says, you forgot about Puntas. How can you forget about Puntas? That's their big thing. Everyone looks forward to the Ocho Puntas. We're going to actually try to do a single barrel with them again this year. We did a single barrel last year, and it's that Cerro Grande single barrel, and it was the most amazing single barrel that I've had from Ocho, and I have a few of them, but it was so good, and it sold out so fast for the collective. People were coming by and buying 6 bottles after they got their first bottle. They put an order in, bought their first bottle. After they got it, they were like, "Oh my god, this stuff's so good!" They'd come back and buy a case. They bought 6 bottles, and it sold out in literally a week, less than a week. It's probably like 6 days. We sold out the whole entire barrel. It went so fast. Once people tried it and drank it and saw how good it was. So we're going to try to do another single barrel with Ocho this year. So that's going to be something we're going to do. And of course, I'm going to work it out where we get a really good barrel again and see what we can find and pick the best one that we can get access to. So that should be really good. So yeah, there's going to be lots of good stuff happening with the collective this year. So should be a good year to be a member. And again, it's only $10 a month. There's a link in the description to join if you want to join and join the community. A lot of the guys on here that are commenting and stuff are part of this, are actually members of the collective. So you'll see them on the collective, the Discord board as well. You forgot about Puntas because your preferred liquor store still wants $170 for it. Oof. I wouldn't spend $170 on it. It's not that good. If you can get it below $100, then I'd say, yeah, go for it. But if it's over $100, leave it until the price comes down. Have you tried Ocho, Widow Jane, Añejo? I haven't tried the Añejo. I just have the Repo. I'm waiting for the Añejo to hit the area here. It hasn't hit yet here. So when it does, I will let you know. We're still waiting on it. It's not here yet in California. But I like the Repo. I think the Repo is really good. The Widow Jane Repo. I have yet to try the Widow Jane Añejo. All right, so let's see. What else can we talk about while we're chatting here? Let me see. Oh, yeah. One thing you're going to see... It's okay, I am done. It's okay. He says, I even watched a review of the Puntas and still forgot. It's okay. No worries. With so many subpar tequilas jumping on the tequila boom, does it hurt the agave supply and or agave quality less older plants? Now, you're going to see this year, we're going to see a thinning of the herd. And the reason being is because tequila consumption last year was actually down. And what a lot of people don't understand, and something that I'm going to give you guys some knowledge, some wisdom and stuff. What a lot of people don't understand is that when you buy a tequila brand, in order for you really to promote the brand properly and to get it to sell and be successful, it's going to cost you at least $1 million, at least $1 million, if not more. And a lot of people don't understand that, and they'll go and buy a batch and then, sit there and go, well, okay, I've got a batch of tequila now. What am I going to do with it? And then they realize they have to, pay for taxes in states, and you want to get it to distributors, and you're going to have to pay for marketing to get it so that stores will buy it, because distributors, a lot of times they'll bring it in and they won't set a sales team up with it and stuff. They'll just sit it in the warehouse and they'll go, okay, you need to move this for us and get it sold. And if they don't, then they drop you out of their portfolio, and then you won't have distribution anymore. And so it's very expensive. And so you're going to see a lot of these small brands that started up where people said, hey, we can create a brand that are underfunded. You're going to see a lot of them disappear. They're going to be gone. And you're going to see the stronger, more well-funded brands that are selling and are proactive in their marketing and stuff. You're going to see those brands stick around and grow and be more prevalent. So there won't be as much agave used anymore. So I think we're going to see a thinning of the herd, personally. So you won't see too many of them affecting the agave. You will see, because the price coming down, you will see farmers planting other things, stuff that's maybe more lucrative for them. Because this is what the cycle is like with agave. The way it works is there's people that always plant agave. They love agave farming, and they're agaveros. They love that. They'll do it all the time. But then there's also farmers that will plant agave when the price is high, and so then they're making more money for their agave. They're making good money on it. But then once the price comes down, they'll say, okay, they'll rip all the agave out of their fields and they'll plant something else that they'll make more money on. And so then there'll be less agave available. And then once there's an agave shortage and the price starts going up again, they'll start ripping the other stuff out and planting agave again. And it's a cycle like this. And it's funny because I talking to Carlos Camarena, and I was talking to Carmen Villarreal at Casa San Matias, and they're like, this is a normal cycle. People are freaking out about this, but what you're going to see is there's going to be, because so many places are planting agave now because the price is so high, that we're going to have an abundance of agave, and we're going to have it where agave is rotting in the fields because there's not enough people buying it and harvesting it, that you'll see plants going to quiote and going to seed and just dying and not being used, which is a waste for the farmers. But of course, it's always good to have some of your plants go to quiote, because let me explain to the life cycle of an agave plant. When a Weber Blue agave, there's two ways that a Weber Blue agave reproduces. One is creating what's called hijuelos. Hijuelos are like little babies that will actually spring off from the piña, from the root ball of an agave plant, and it actually will grow out the side and will come up out of the ground and start a new plant. So those are called hijuelos. And when they normally let those go a year or two on the mother plant before they'll disconnect it, and then you can plant those by themselves to grow agave. So those, you get a lot of those that are coming up in the fields, so they'll pull those, use hijuelos a lot. But then they'll also let some of them, some places, I don't know, I don't think all of them do it, but some do, like Carlos does it, Well, they'll let some of their agave go to quiote, which quiote is the long stalk. And if you've ever been, like if you're here in Southern California, sometimes you'll drive around and you'll see a field and you'll see like this big, long, thin tree like thing that goes way up in the air and it has all these like leaves on it and stuff. Well, those sprout out an agave. And what happens is when it happens, the agave takes all the starches, all the sugars in the agave and concentrates it into the root ball, into the piña, and then it'll grow uses that sugar or that starch and stuff as energy to grow the quiote. The quiote will come out and it goes as high as 20 feet in the air. I mean, they go way up in the air. And then it grows these branches out and it has seeds on there. And then the seeds will drop off into the ground. And so you can reproduce with the seeds. When it goes to quiote like that, it uses all of the sugars in the ball. So you can't use that, once it goes to quiote, you can't use that for producing tequila or an agave spirit unless you chop it off early so there's still enough sugars in the piña. So there's different kinds of agave spirits. Some of them are made from when it goes to quiote and they chop it off right away, so there's still like rich sugar content. They can make tequila with that. They can make mezcal with that, and they do. But if you don't, it uses all that sugar to create that stock and to get the seeds and stuff to reproduce. And then once all the seeds and stuff drop off, that plant dies. It's done. It's over. You'll see the stock fall over, and it just shrivels up and dies, and it's done. So. So some of them will let it go to quiote like that and produce the seeds, because by doing it by seeds, you're creating more biodiversity with the agave plant. Because in order to do it, it's fertilized by bats or birds. It's fertilizing with other agave stuff, and it's creating more biodiversity than doing it from Iwelos, because Iwelos is just going to be the same genetic makeup as the mother plant. So there's some farmers that will plant some seeds and others that just plant Iwelos. And so the biodiversity is an important thing because it helps it fight disease, makes for a stronger agave plant, allows them to grow bigger and better. And so there are some farmers that allow them to go to quiote. Let me see. How much tequila does one barrel hold? You speak about barrels in single. Are you referring to a barrel as batches? Please explain. No, a barrel is, it's like 53 gallons is a standard whiskey barrel, or 60, I think 65 is a French oak barrel, somewhere around 65, something like that. It's a typical barrel used for aging stuff. So it's a wood barrel. So when I say a single barrel, when you can buy single barrels, and what it means is you taste the liquid that's in each barrel, and if you buy a single barrel, you get all of the tequila that's in that barrel. So each barrel produces a different flavor profile. So there's some that are exceptional barrels and some that are not so good barrels. And so what typically happens when they're aging and using barrels is they will take the not so good barrels and blend them with the really good barrels to make a really nice tequila, like reposado. But when you do a single barrel, that one barrel has its own flavor profile and it's special to just that barrel. So whoever buys that barrel is the only person in the world that's going to have that particular flavor profile, because it's exclusive to that barrel. So when we do barrel buys for the collective, we're the only ones in the world with that particular flavor profile for that tequila from that barrel. So it's special. It's exclusive. No one else can get it. It's only us. And in each barrel, and if you ever sat and tasted tequila from different barrels doing selections, they're very different. Some of them are awful. Some of them are okay. Some of them are really good. And so I try to take the ones that are really good, and those are the ones that we get for the collective. I've done enough barrel picks over my years doing this that I get a good sense for what's good and what's not good. And the collective members really love the barrel picks when I do them. They normally have really good barrels. So, all right, let's My father-in-law's agave is massive right now. Seriously, can't get in between the rows at all. It seems like they're 6 feet or taller. Yeah, they get big. Some of them will get really big. And there's different types of agave too. You know, it's not just Weber Blue. There's all different kinds. So I know when the century plant blooms, it soon dies after. Yes, it's the agave plants when they go to Quixote and sprout the Quixote, and then the seeds and stuff. They all die afterwards. So you'll see, like even here in Southern California, we have people that have the agave plants in their landscape, and we had like one of our neighbors, their plant went to Quixote. I got one of their agave plants went to Quixote. I think it was an Americano, but it went to Quixote and then it died. So he has to uproot it and plant something else in its spot. And it depends. You know, there's different lifespans for different agave species. Typically, Weber Blues, like 8 to 10 years is normally when you can expect it to go to Quixote. So. Yeah, clones are like, Iwelos are like clones. Exactly. They are clones. Thanks, Mark. Oddly, agave is a bit like corn and soybeans in the Midwest. Projected future demands determine what gets planted year to year. Yep. Thanks for the agave primer. You're welcome. Yeah, it's like that. Except, you know, they can harvest soybeans and corn every year, where agave, when you plant it, it's a minimum 5-year commitment to keeping it in the ground and not making any money on it. So they want to make sure they maximize what they make on it, where it's like soy and corn. You harvest those every year. You can actually, so you can plant it and grow it one year and not have to worry about sitting on it for 5 years or 8 years or however long it takes for it to get to the point where people want to harvest it. So since Tequila Ocho puts a name on the bottle like Nacimiento, Agua Nueva, etc., is it the barrel name or the land where it's hard? No, that's the land. That's the field name. So what Ocho does is they harvest from different fields from Carlos Camarena's rancho. So he has different names for them, and they're different elevations, different parts of the area there, and that's so you can see the effect that terroir has on the agave. So that's why they put the name of the field and stuff on there, so you'll know what field it came from. You can taste, you can compare fields to each other. They don't put the name of the barrels on there. No, the barrels are just typically with Ocho. I think they're still using the Jim Beam barrels from Beam Suntory, since Suntory owns El Tesoro, and they get the barrels from them. I believe they still use Suntory barrels, unless they have an agreement with something where they're doing something with Samson and Surrey, or was it the new place that bought Samson and Surrey, where they do Widow Jane, or they do one of their whiskeys and use their barrels for special projects. They also have the Mundio collection, where they're doing stuff with like Lafroig and other things from around, and they're having fun with Beam as well, and using some of their other whiskeys and other spirits to age tequila in. That's what we saw with some of the stuff they've done through the Mundial, like the Knob Creek edition, Rye, El Tesoro that came out, the Añejo that came out. So that's where you see the kind of barrel they use when they talk about Knob Creek or Widow Jane. That's the name of the whiskey. That's the kind of whiskey that was stored in the barrel. And that's about the most you get from where they name the barrel or include the barrel on the tequila, is what whiskey or spirit was aged in the barrel previously, if it was a previously used barrel. Because some brands do use new barrels, like 123 Organic. Those are new barrels that he uses that are toasted. And then, with El Luchador, he's using white Burgundy barrels from France. So that's basically like a Chardonnay barrels that those are aged in. So, depending on what spirit or what alcohol was aged in it they'll call it that. You'll see that. But for Ocho, those are on the label on the bottom. Those are the fields that the agave were harvested for that batch from. All right, so let me see. Anything else that I need to talk about when I got you all here? Trying to think. Well, there was something I posted on the Discord. I just got somebody to talk to me about a brand that's coming out and wanted to know if there's any interest in it. It's called Flor Cantino or something like that. Flor Cantero, something like that. I'll have to look at the name. But it comes in these really nice bottles that are handcrafted in Mexico. They have these really nice patterns and stuff, and it's really artistic. But the bottle, there's two different types: a blue bottle and a Jaguar pattern bottle. The blue bottle is $4,000, $4,200, and the Jaguar pattern bottle is $5,800 retail. $5,800 for a bottle of Extra Neo. I saw that, I almost freaked out. And people are complaining about $800 $800 El Tequilano bottle, saying how they'll never spend $800 on it. Yet some brand comes out and goes, "Yeah, well, you take your $800 and stick it up your keister because this one's $4,000." So that was kind of interesting. I was like, oh my God, wow. Talk about being a little crazy on the price thing. It's interesting that they use bourbon that was aged a long time as a selling point, when bourbon aged much less would leave more left of the barrel for the tequila. Not the older ones can't. Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of the barrel stuff used out, but they don't want a lot of the barrel influence in the tequila. That's the thing. If they wanted that, they'd buy a new barrel. So, Mark, can you talk about your personal flavor profile? What do you look for in a barrel pick? Obviously, a good cooked agave presence, but else do you personally like? Taste, smell? It's different. It's different for each different tequila. Excuse me. But I definitely look for a lot of agave presence up front. But then I look for a balanced flavor profile from the barrel, a balanced barrel presence. I don't want it to be too astringent. So I when things are astringent, typically people don't enjoy that. So we don't go with something that's too astringent, but we're looking for something with more of the natural, nice wood flavors from it. It gets the nice chocolate and vanilla and butterscotch notes, depending on what kind of barrel we're doing. But also, it's balanced. It's balanced with the cooked agave, and can give us other notes as well, like ripe fruit. So I'm looking for things that have a really pleasant flavor profile, but then everything's pretty balanced, and it's really easy to drink, not harsh, and you don't get overwhelmed by the previous alcohol that was in the barrel. So those are a lot of things that I look for, and I know going in, based on what I'm trying, what I should expect from the brand, because I do have a lot of experience in that. So that's what I do, and I taste them side by side and say, okay, this one's the one I like the most. I have done tastings where I didn't like any of the barrels, and I said, is this the best you can do? If so, then we'll pass for now, but let me know when you got some other barrels that are available that we can take a look at. And I have rejected some where none of the barrels were ones I thought that the group would enjoy, so we passed on them altogether. Does it have good juice in those bottles? Yeah, it's 1414 juice. So yeah, it's from Vivanco and Associates, NOM 1414. So yeah, the juice, I'm sure, is great. I haven't tasted it, but do you know any stories about Key? I bought some at Costco 5 years ago, and it had tape over the nom. Key, when it came out, was so funny. They're like, it's a super premium, It's filtered 9 times. 9 times. I'm like, oh my God, 9 times you carbon filtered that puppy? Yeah, so when they say, yeah, they say, yeah, it's beautiful. It's all added. It's all garbage put back in it. Because you carbon filter something 9 times. It's sucking everything that's in there out. It's done. So they got to put additives back into it. I wouldn't touch Key with your hands. So yeah, no, that's a big pass for me on Key. Any new info on group aging projects? Not yet. Well, I do know that that Beyond Barrel just got the American Oak in, so you can go get your American Oak staves. They have red oak now too, supposedly, and the only difference they don't use red oak for barrels is because it would leak. It doesn't have a membrane or something that allows it to seal to be watertight. So it would leak, so they don't use red oak, but there's a red oak option now on the website as well. But we're talking like American Oak and French Oak number 3s that we're going to use. So pick up your staves and get your 2 bottles of Carrera 54 ordered, and then we'll get more details on the aging project, and I'll do a video on the group aging project, and we'll get that started. So if you take shots, do you prefer tequila chilled cold or room temperature? Had family over for New Year's, and room temperature was going down smoother than cold, unless we're just blasted by then. I don't do shots, so I don't do shots, so I can't answer that. So I apologize. Yeah, key is not something that you won't ever see me touching. So I won't touch it with somebody else's hands. Yeah. Sorry, Leo. I don't do shots. All my stuff. This is really good tequila. I enjoy sipping it. I don't want to waste it by doing shots. Shots are for just, you just want to pound something down your gullet and just get drunk real quick. That's what shots are for. And you don't use good tequila for that. If you want to do shots, buy something cheap. Who cares if it burns for a second, right? It's like my days of doing shots are over. I did it when I was in college with Jose Cuervo. Nasty shots, but you got that bitter tequila face when you take it. Everyone goes, ah! After you take a shot of it, you're like, oh, because it's horrible. All right, so anything else you guys want to know about before we call it a day? Get on with our days. For those of you that are here that are new, click the thumbs up. Give me a like for sitting here sharing this information with you guys. Don't forget to check out the reviews too. I did the top tequilas of 2023, the best tequilas. Make sure you check out that video. I just did the review of the Suerte Still Strength Blanco. Check that one out. Visit some of the reviews I've done recently. If you haven't checked them all out yet, stay up to date on what's going on. Those of you that want to be part of the collective and get the memberships and get the special buys that we're doing, the special barrel picks and stuff, I highly recommend it. It's $10 a month. It's cheap and helps support what I do, and I appreciate the support. And by showing my appreciation when we get the allocated stuff through Ferment and Still, I do get to give the members of the collective first access to it. So, but you also get all the special barrels that we're doing, including the Añejo from Santo Tequila special barrel, which will be the first group or first store or first anybody to get a Santo Añejo single barrel pick, which is going to be super exciting and great. We have like 7 different barrels we're going to do this year. It's going to be amazing. And then I have other batches that I'm working on too that are going to come in for the collective. So there's going to be some amazing stuff happening for the collective. So if you're not a member, you may want to think about joining and supporting what I do, and then getting access to the stuff so you can pick it up. So my father wanted to try some of the mezcal I was sipping, expensive bottle. I gave it to him and he shot it. That hurt. Yeah, no. It's like, no, 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 no. That agave took like 25 years. Sip it. You don't shoot it. It's 25 years old. Don't shoot it, please. I was a Sauza guy when I was young, and then they changed. Yeah, they sold it. Sauza was sold to Beam Suntory. They own Sauza. Beam Suntory owns Sauza, and they own El Tesoro. Will you review Cascuin Siete Veces Reposado? Yeah, when it comes to the U.S. and we can get access to it, sure. Absolutely. Have you ever come around Kokoro Spirits Tequila? It's a small additive-free sleeper brand. Yeah, I have. I've reviewed it. Check out my website. Check out the channel. And I did review the regular and the limitada, both. I have the little ceramic jugs up here. You'll see the reviews of them. It's okay brand. It's not a sleeper brand. Not at all. It's not that good. They were asking like $150 or $100 or something for the Blanco, and it's not that good. So I wasn't a fan. So yeah, I don't agree that it's a sleeper brand. I think it's just a brand that's not as good. But yeah, you can check out my reviews of it. It's on the Tequila Hombre YouTube channel. Is that so? You recommend checking once a week when aging with staves? Doing my first one, and then I've had the Tapatio 40 and the oak stave for a week this Sunday. Yeah, every week. That's what the Beyond Barrels recommends. Tasting it every week and seeing where it's at, and then when it gets to the point where you like it, pull it out and then let it sit. Don't drink it for a couple weeks. And then the longer you wait, the better it's going to get. So don't be in a hurry to drink it. Some people are in a hurry and they drink it a lot, and then they don't realize that it's actually going to get better the longer it sits in the barrel. I have stuff that's like 3 or 4 months old that's just getting better and better and better. So they do get a lot better. And we do this stuff too. If you're on the collective, we have a tequila aging group with all this stuff, we talk about it. So, and then you can see people, there's people in there that will post their thing and they'll say, I just tasted it just now, and they'll say it's you've got a lot of oak flavor to it, blah blah, and then you'll see like they'll post about it like a couple weeks later. They go, oh wait, it's getting better. Then you'll see them post it, yeah, this is getting really good now, and then they go, oh yeah, this is exceptional. So you can see that kind of stuff in the aging group on the Discord, because everyone's sharing as they're tasting and stuff, and what they're doing with their projects. That's really a lot of fun. So that's another benefit for being a member of the collective. So you thinking about the wrong, you got French number one. Yeah, we're doing number 3s for this project, but you can use the French number 1 if you want. That's fine. Is the brand Hacienda Vieja owned by the family that made the original Cazadores? Do you have any information you can share on that? Yeah, it is. It's owned not by the entire family, but by some of the family. When Cazadores was sold, there was some brothers that were part of the Banuelos family that were partners in it, and and so when they sold Cazadores, part of the family went and created Hacienda Vieja, and then they also do like Don Felix out of there as well. And then the other brother, Don Leon, was under a do not compete for 7 years, and so he couldn't make anything. But those partners, those brothers, were not part of that, part of the non-compete, and so they opened a Hacienda Villa, and that's their tequila brand, as well as they do the Don Felix brand out of there as well. Yep, so that's same thing. The TBAC Discord info is in the description below. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, it is. Thanks for telling me to let it sit for some time after I remove the stick. You're welcome. Mark, so with the barrel, how many bottles can you get? Oh, from a barrel? It depends on how long it was aged for. It varies. Repos, like 40 cases typically from a repo, somewhere around there, 42, 44 cases. From an añejo, it's typically like around 35 cases, maybe as high as 38, depending on what the aging situation was and how much angel share they lose. And extra neos, it can be anywhere from 25 to 33 cases, typically around there. So it all depends too on where they're aging it and how much angel share they lost, and if they're diluting it. If they're doing it at barrel strength, it's gonna be a lot less. If they're diluting it to 40, they'll get more from it. Why is it getting better once the stave is out? What happens in the bottle as it rests? All the flavors and stuff meld. You give a chance for stuff to settle, and for flavors to meld, and because it's barrel aging is kind of an intrusive thing that happens to the tequila, because the tequila is drawn into the wood and out, and it's just, you need to give it some time to settle and to marry, let the flavors marry, and so things get better. So that's why, like, even at the distilleries, when they dump a barrel, they dump it into a big plastic bin and they let it sit for a while, because they want to let the flavors meld and things to marry and things to settle down, and allows for it to really to create its flavor profile. When you drink it straight out of the barrel, it's going to taste a lot like wood. So some people may say it's over oaked at that point, but if you give it a chance to marry and stuff, you'll see the agave presence will come through, things kind of meld together better, and you will have a better and a more enjoyable flavor profile than when you just take it right out of the wood, or take the stave out and drink it right away. So you just give it some time to settle. Just like, even with Blancos, like with the Suerte, they put it in a stainless steel tank for 60 days and let it settle down and meld and marry and get all the flavors and stuff settled. Time is not a bad thing when it comes to tequila and aged spirits and stuff. Just give it some time to settle and for it to, the flavors to marry, and you'll enjoy the flavor profile a lot more. Do the distillers use different barrels, or is there a standard size? No, they use different barrels. French oak ones sometimes are bigger. They have what they call Cadillac barrels, which are a little bit bigger for wine. Standard whiskey barrels are typically the same size. They could use Pipon barrels too, which is what El Tequileno uses for the Reposado Rare, where because of tequila regulations and stuff, they can only age to a repo in that. But those are the big barrels. But only the standard, the 53 gallon and the 60, I think it's 62 or 65, something like that. The standard French oak barrel sizes and stuff, only those can go to extra añejo. Anything else bigger or whatever. Hey, thank you for the super chat. Whoever just did that or joined, what did you join the channel? Or I didn't see. Somebody did something. Let's see. It was freaking out. I don't know what it was. I don't see anything on the chat. All right, I didn't see what happened, but do the distillers use different barrels, or they'll use different barrels from different whiskey manufacturer stuff, but they use standard American oak and standard French oak barrels, which they have to use in order to be able to age it to an extra añejo. Would a distiller ever blend Blanco with a Reposado? Sure, they do that, and it's called a Joven. Those are what Jovens are. Jovens are Blancos that are blended with an aged tequila. And they do that typically when your aged tequila isn't that good or has an issue with it, and you want to kind of dilute it down, then they'll mix it with a Blanco and create a Joven, and then sell it to you that way. And that way they make money off the bad aged one as well. So all right, you guys, don't forget to click the thumbs up. Give me a like for sharing all this information with you guys, spending my time here with you. click that thumbs up. It doesn't cost anything. And if you're new to the channel, bienvenido, welcome. Glad you subscribed. Hopefully we'll see you here every week at 11 o'clock for these happy hour or what is it called now? Keeping it real with Tequila podcast with the Hombre. So hopefully you come and keep it real with me here every week on Thursdays at 11 o'clock. But don't forget to click the thumbs up and give me a like for sharing all this information, answering your questions for you. And if somebody gave me a super chat, I appreciate you. Thank you for doing that. I don't see it popping up anywhere, so I don't know why that triggered that, but I appreciate it. Thank you if you did. Thank you for supporting the channel if you became a member or did a super chat, either or. So I have to get things squared away with this. I don't know what happened. Things get messed up. I think that's what happens when Sammy Hagar comes in. He's like, you know, he was partying in here and just things got just discombobulated. All right, so I think that's it for today, you guys. Rob, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you for being here. I always try to make myself available and answer questions for you guys. If you're on the collective, you guys know you message me anytime. I answer questions for you on there all the time. If you want to join the collective, we'd love to have you part of our community. We'd love to see you commenting and participating in our buys as well and getting some amazing tequilas. The link is in the description below. It supports what I do too. And we have a great group of people. We have over 120 people on there right now. And they're all super nice, super cool, a lot of fun. So make sure you click on the link and join if you want to join. $10 a month. It's not a lot. You get a lot of benefit from it. And all the members will tell you that they are getting good benefits from it. So that's, we'd love to have you. And until next time, like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila. So keep following my reviews, keep following the channel, keep commenting, keep asking questions. And if you make your selections based on the information I give you, and you're destined to come across some tequilas that you'll like and enjoy that are traditionally made and non-additive. So, and until next time, salute. Bye, guys. Have a great rest of your week. Go Cowboys this weekend against the Commanders. Bye.